What is up, everybody? Welcome to Birds of the Roundtable. Our main man, Ryan Reese, couldn't make it today, so it is April. What better night is it to do a 7-round dueling mock draft with my main man, Shane, over there at half and half underscore TPL. What's up, Shane?
What's up, Dives? Always fun to hop on and do some mock drafts, especially against you.
I love it, man. We have a long history with doing these things. Guys, if you're watching us live, please be sure to comment, grade, react to all of our selections. Shane, I'm going to let you go first, man, and I'll throw it on the board here. Shane's going to do his first round. We are doing this through PFN. Shane, floor is yours.
Okay. Man, that looks kind of... You can't see the bottom of the screen. I guess I can still see it, though. Let me try to zoom out.
I'll take the banner out. There you go.
Oh, okay. That's what it is. Okay. So I am up here at pick 10. It looks like Jalen Carter is still on the board, which maybe that's going to happen. I don't know. There's lots of smoke around Jalen Carter right now. I want to see what my trade offers are, though. The Jags offering me some picks. The Bills. Not interested in picks next year. I don't need any more picks next year. I've already got like 13 of those. I say as the Buccaneers offer me their first round pick next year. The Bengals. That's a nice offer.
That's a lot. I like
that. Is a lot. I would be a fool to turn down pick 28, pick 60, picks 92, and a second and a third next year for pick 10. So I'm going to accept that. And they went and got Jalen Carter. And so now at pick 28, I'm probably just going to stick and pick because I got tons of picks now. Let's see. Nolan Smith is still on the board. Really like Nolan Smith. The Eagles would like Nolan Smith as an edge rusher. I'm not going to overthink this. I think Nolan Smith is an athletic freak. He's still learning how to rush the passer, but that's okay. They can bring him along slowly, and he's a great run defender. So I'm going to take Nolan Smith at pick 28. And then at pick 30, I get offered 45 and 78 from the Packers, and I'm going to take that trade too and move back. So we're going to have so many picks, I don't even know what to do with them. So my first round is trading for a bunch of picks and getting Nolan Smith. I'll throw it over here to you now. Oh, you got your own share screen? There we go.
Yep. All right. We are on the clock here. Eagles, 7 rounds. Let's draft. Here we go. We are rolling. Again, the Tampa Bay Bucks want pick number 10 for pick 50 instead of a pick next year. It's kind of interesting. That's my only trade offer, Shane. My only trade offer.
That's unfortunate. The Bucks offered me a first next year.
I would much rather have the first. But this is a dueling mock, and future firsts don't really do well with these things. So I'm just going to take it. And I don't care. I want more picks. The Bills are offering me 27 and 59 for 19. I'm looking at my board. I have one more trade offer. The Dallas Cowboys are offering 26 and 58. So 26, 27, 59. Let's do it. Let's trade with the Dallas Cowboys. So we are both trading back here.
The more picks you have in a dueling mock draft, the more likely you are to have pick somebody that somebody likes. So it's all about pandering to the voters here.
All right, so we are on the clock here. I like your Nolan Smith selection for the sake of being different. We'll go in a different route for sure. Looking at who is available for the Eagles at pick 26. You have Dalton Kincaid. I like a lot. Wow, it's interesting PFN has Kincaid over Mayer. I didn't know that until just now. My first selection in the draft, I'm going to go Elijah Cansey. For me, I pick number 26. The Panthers are offering 39 and a second next year. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to reject that. 41, 72, and a third next year is kind of interesting. I'm not going to do that. 45 and second. I like that one too a lot. I'm not going to do that. So we are sitting here,
Did you
and
just say it? Did you just say I like that one a lot? I'm not going to do that.
I'm not going to do it. I'm going to go. I'm not going to take Nolan Smith because you already got him. I'm going to take DeJuan Jones. I'm going to take DeJuan Jones for me. All right. And Shane, you are on the clock.
Okay. So I am on the clock at pick 45. I've got 3 picks in this round, 45, 60, and 62. Surprisingly, I have no trade offers here, but I think I've probably got enough picks at this point anyways. I'm going to take a guy I have not taken in a single mock draft yet this year, and that's Drew Sanders, linebacker out of Arkansas.
I like it.
He's very interesting. Like, I think he's clearly the best linebacker in this class. I'm not sure if he's a linebacker. Like, he's such a good blitzer. But the Eagles need a Mike linebacker. Maybe they'll want to blitz Sanders a little bit more. I think that's a good scheme fit for him. So, I never switched my screen, did I?
Oh, I shared. You're good. You're good. Go ahead.
Okay, so I'm going to take Drew Sanders at 45. And then I'm up at pick 60. We've got an offer here that I'm going to reject because I see that Darnell Washington is still on this board somehow. And that's just blasphemy because I almost took him at the last pick. Darnell Washington, he can be your 6th offensive lineman if you want him to be. Maybe he's your backup swing tackle in a pinch. I don't know. This guy is a stud blocker. Imagine 12 personnel sets running behind Jordan Mailata, Landon Dickerson, a pulling Jason Kelsey, and then Dallas Goedert and Darnell Washington. I can't pass that up. That's fantastic value at 60. And then at 62, the Saints offer me a trade, and the Jags offer me a trade. Let's see, 71 and 115. Just for the memes, I've got to trade with the Saints if they offer it. So I'll take that trade and trade back to 71. And so that gets me out of the second round, and Dibes, you are back up.
All right, let's do this. So there is my screen. I'm sitting here at pick number 50. I'm going to make this quick. I'm addressing the lines, the trenches, and that trend continues in this draft for the Eagles at pick 50. I'm going to go Keon White out of Georgia Tech. Ridiculous tools. Huge upside. Keon White has everything you want. He's just raw. And learning under Brandon Graham, learning under Hassan Reddick, learning under Josh Sweat, I like those odds. So give me, and he won't be expected to get a lot of snaps year one. So Keon White's a really good fit for the Birds. Make that selection. All right, I have 2 trade offers, 58, 74, and 98. 67. That's not bad. It's not bad at all. But I'm going to reject that. The Eagles are back on the clock here. Let me skim who is available for the Eagles. Mozzie Smith. Zach Charbonnet is sitting there, who I like a lot. There's Mark Henry's boy, Derek Hall. Blake Freeland, I can't take because I already took another tackle. Gosh, I love him so much. Oh, there's a lot of good options available here for the Eagles. But the good news is I have pick 62 coming up. So I'm going to go with a guy that's just an immense playmaker, and that is Emmanuel Forbes, a cornerback to develop. He needs to gain weight, but I think he is just a bona fide playmaker guy for the Eagles. And next up is pick 62. I'm on the clock again. Zach Charbonnet is staring at me right in the face there. But I'm going to go Sidney Brown out of Illinois, a safety prospect that can do a little bit of everything, play up at the line, play back. He tackles really well. That is my selection, and I will throw it to you, Shane.
All right. So I am up at pick 71 right now. Hendon Hooker is on the board, which could have been interesting if the Eagles hadn't signed Marcus Mariota to have a kind of a mobile guy as your backup to Jalen Hurts, but they're probably not going to do that. I really like Marvin Mims. receiver out of Oklahoma, and I think that's a big need for the Eagles. But I also think cornerback is a pretty big need, and I really like Julius Brents. So I think I'm going to go up right here, and I'm going to take Julius Brents. I doubt that Marvin Mims is going to fall to me, but I'm a big Julius Brents guy, so we're going to take that selection at 71, and Marvin Mims goes off the board the very next pick. That's hilarious. So, okay, now we're up at 78. Maybe I should have done a different order there. But wait, did you just take Sidney Brown? You just took Sidney Brown, didn't you?
I did, yes.
Well, I don't care. I'm taking him too. Safety help here. Sidney Brown. I mean, we both love Sidney Brown. I've got a second round grade on Sidney Brown, so taking him at 78 would be great value. So I will sprint that card in. Goodness, I have a lot of picks.
You have another third?
I have 2 more thirds. I have 92 and 94.
But we have Mitch in the house saying, Shane, that's my background.
That is, I stole his background, and I have no shame.
What's up, Patrick? Come on, man.
Okay, well, I'm gonna take Blake Freeland here at 92. Get an offensive tackle backup for Lane Johnson. Swing tackle backup. They're good at starting tackles, but Lane Johnson's nearing the end of his career. If you got a guy going down with injury, it would be major issues all around. So we're going to try to avoid that here and make a selection at offensive tackle. And then at pick 94, looking through my list here, Andre Carter, Zach Kuntz. Who do I want to take? Man. Where's my next pick? 115.
Yeah, I have pick 94, but I don't have a 4th rounder.
Yeah, looks like my next pick is at 115.
No, I have no 5th rounder. Yeah, this is going to be one.
I should have done a better job at keeping track what picks I was accumulating. Yeah. I'm going to take Tajay Spears here at 94. Okay. I've got a 3rd round grade on him. I think he's a good for what the Eagles are doing in their backfield. Is kind of Kenny Gainwell-esque, but maybe a little more juice. So we'll take Tajay Spears there, and now it is back up to you.
All right. Let me share my screen real quick. Can you see that? Yes. All right.
Yes.
So the Eagles are on the clock here at 94. You took Darnell Washington. I'm going to go with someone that's more athletic with less production, but not maybe even more production. Who knows? But yeah, I'm going to go Zach Kuntz out of Old Dominion. 6'8", ridiculous athleticism, huge upside. Doesn't have the production you want in college, but you put this guy alongside Jalen Hurts. That could be really fun to watch those two growing together for the foreseeable future. So I'm going to get a second tight end for the Eagles, which is an underrated need at pick 94, Zach Kuntz. And I think I'm going to the 7th round. Do you have any other picks before the 7th round?
Yes, I have pick 115.
Okay. All right, I'm going to throw it to you.
And then I don't pick till the 7th round. I was just looking at that. Okay. So I've addressed a lot of positions here. One position I would still like to address that I haven't would be wide receiver. So let's go see what's a wide receiver. Bryce Ford, Wheaton, Parker Washington. Oh, Nathaniel Dell. We'll sprint that pick in. Take Nathaniel Dell. Deep threat sort of guy. Let's be honest, nobody wants to watch Quez Watkins again next year. So we'll take Tank Dell, and we'll go all the way to the 7th round. So I'll let you pick your 7th rounder first.
My God. All right, hold on. Let me share my screen. Looking at who's available, I'll be honest, there's a lot of guys I do not know. There it is on my screen. I really like Dwayne McBride, actually. I can't believe he fell. Carl Brooks is nice. I take that back. There's some guys here I really like. Um, I'm going to just skim this real quick. Let's look at who else is available. Broderick Martin out of Western Kentucky is underrated. I like that guy. But yeah,
Wait, there's 2 Byron Youngs in this draft?
I guess so.
There's a Byron Young that's a defensive tackle for Alabama. I didn't watch him, but I watched Byron Young, the edge rusher from Tennessee.
Yeah, I'm going to go Dwayne McBride. Very underrated running back in the draft. Just doesn't have a lot of production against big time competition, but he's one of the sleeper guys, and to get him in round 7, I think is a great value. So I'll go Dwayne McBride and add a running back to my draft. And Shane, you are on the clock in round 7.
All right. Well, I tricked you. I wanted you to go first so I wouldn't tip my hand and remind you that the Eagles need a punter more than I need air. And so I didn't want you sniping the punter, not sniping the punter I wanted. I just didn't want to remind you that, hey, the Eagles should get a punter. So this is going to be the feather in my cap. Every time I do a mock draft, I swear somebody comments and doesn't like it because I didn't draft a punter. So we're taking Michael Turk, the punter out of Oklahoma. He averaged more yards per punt last year than Aaron Sipos, so that's good enough for me. And that's going to conclude my draft here.
All right, why don't we just grade our drafts real quick and we'll close up shop.
All right. Well, I give my draft an A+. I've got to pander for my votes here. But no, I really do like it. I think Nolan Smith in the first round is going to give you a rotational edge rusher. I think he could be a guy that's similar to Hassan Reddick in how he plays. And so when you have one guy that's so good at that role, it never hurts to have another guy that can do it as well. Drew Sanders, I think, is going to step in and be a starting linebacker for the team. He's got a lot of work to do in coverage. He's a really good blitzer. Maybe we'll see Sean Desai want to use that more. Darnell Washington is going to contribute right away, make a big impact for the offense as a blocking tight end. Julius Brents is probably not going to make a big impact right away because the Eagles have good corners at the top, but he's a good depth piece because there's not a lot of depth there. Sidney Brown, I think he probably comes in and competes for a safety job. And then everybody else, with the exception of Michael Turk, Nathaniel Dell. How crazy is it that Nathaniel Dell is probably a starter for this team, but there's guys drafted 50 picks ahead of him that might not be?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. and then you get Cincinnati's second and third round pick next year, which those aren't going to be high picks, but it's more picks. It gives you more ammunition to move around. So I'm really pleased with how that draft turns out. If Darnell Washington goes in the second round of the Eagles, I'm declaring it an A+ draft no matter what else happens.
The only thing I love this draft, you already know, these are a lot of guys that I like a lot, but there's definitely a lot of kind of red flags with this draft. Like Nolan Smith, not a lot of production. He's pure upside. Darnell Washington, not a lot of production, pure upside. Blake Freeland, same. Like there's Drew Sanders, what position is he? There's some question marks. I love the Julius Brents pick. I love the Sidney Brown pick. I think these guys have immense ceilings, but really low floors. And that's the only thing I'll add to this one. Tank Dell, I love Tank Dell. I love me some Tyjae Spears. I think those guys are probably on the field faster than, like you said, some of your earlier picks. But I give it a solid A.
Yeah, that was definitely a swing for the fences draft, but I guess that's a little bit of the nice thing is some of the trade downs I got offered is I can have a few strikeouts and still end up with a decent draft. So
yeah, man.
Hopefully it goes that way.
All right, here is my draft. We also traded down. The Eagles took Kalijah Kancey at pick 26, Dwan Jones at 30, Keon White at 50, Emmanuel Forbes at 58, Sidney Brown 62, Zach Kuntz 94, and Dwayne McBride at 248. Kalijah Kancey is a pass rushing interior defensive lineman. Really nice fit next to Jordan Davis at pick 26. That is immense value. I really like that selection. Dwan Jones, immense value at right tackle. Probably won't get on the field much in 2023, which I'm sure fans won't like, but I think he has the talent and the upside to be, the replacement for Lane Johnson for the next 10 years and be an all pro. That's how good he is. Keon White, another kind of swing for the fences kind of guy, 6'5", ridiculous measurables out of Georgia Tech. I think, he's not going to have to play a lot on the field year one, but I think he could get snaps and, continue to improve under Josh Sweat and Brandon Graham. Emmanuel Forbes is arguably the best playmaker defensive back in the draft. Just is ridiculously thin. Needs to gain weight, but his closing speed, his intangibles, his IQ, he's just a ball hawk. I think he was a former wide receiver, and just you can tell when you're watching him on tape, which is fantastic. Sidney Brown can do it all. Zach Kuntz, major home run swing, and then to finish off, DeWayne McBride, really solid kind of, I think relatively unknown running back, but I think people who watch this thing know that he is definitely underrated. So I give this a solid like B plus. We went trenches the first 3 picks. We went secondary with our next 2 picks, and then we kind of went for the fences with Zach Kuntz. Any thoughts?
I just want to say I got Sidney Brown 16 picks later than you did. No, I mean, I think it's a good draft. It's perhaps a little less sexy of a draft than mine was, but Kancey is really, I'm not sure Kancey will be the Eagles' cup of tea, but I really like him. I like his pass rushing ability, and DeJuan Jones would be a great pick as, anchoring your right side of the line for years to come. Not an immediate return on investment outside of potential injuries in 2023, but that's how the Eagles build, and fans aren't going to like it, but that's probably what's going to happen on draft night, and people are going to be really mad on our live draft show when the Eagles, heck, they might take an offensive tackle at 10. It wouldn't surprise me, but Keon White is another one of those guys that's got a lot of athleticism, and he's got that upside. We've just got to see where it lands. Emmanuel Forbes, I love Emmanuel Forbes. I've got concerns about his size, but I love the player, and I'm not gonna doubt outliers from the SEC after what Devonta Smith did. So I'm all aboard the Emmanuel Forbes hype train. Love Sidney Brown. Zach Kuntz has the 10.0 relative athletic score, so that's an awesome pick, and I don't even know who DeWayne McBride is. So,
yeah, his production is outrageous, but you have to look at the competition. He's one of those guys. So that wraps it up, guys. Be sure to be on the lookout for our dueling mock polls. Who had the better Eagles 7-round mock? That'll be on YouTube and Twitter and all different types of stuff. Shane, what do you got going on over there, man? Plugs, final thoughts.
Yeah, I'm working on putting out my top 100 prospects. I've got videos for each of them. My first 2 are up, so players 81 through 100. They're coming out in 10-person increments. I was recording and editing today for the 3rd video that will hopefully come out tomorrow. So you can check those out. I'll tweet out the individual clips, and I'll have the whole 20-minute video for the 10 prospects going out on YouTube tomorrow, hopefully.
Awesome. Go give Shane a follow on Twitter if you haven't already. He is at @halfandhalf_TPL. My rankings are done. They are, put a bow on them, wrap them up. I'm done. Next, we have a lot of content coming. Tomorrow is another party on Broad with Freddie and Rob breaking down more Eagles and Sixers. Thursday, we are double dipping with Mark Schofield, talking about interior defensive line and edge rushers. And then just more. We also have the BGN show breaking down wide receivers coming as well. So tons and tons of draft content. And just, again, we put it out there already, but we will be doing a live watch party for day 1 and day 2 of the 2023 NFL draft. If you know anything about this channel, we go all in with prospect analysis, rankings, you name it. You won't find another channel that does it better here than Edge of Philly Sports. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Please give this video a like if you love the NFL draft. We will see you next time on Birds of the Roundtable every Tuesday night at 8 o'clock. For Shane, for myself, stay awesome, everyone.